How you doing? This is Vic with Vic's Exotic Morph Boas, and this here is Medusa, my IMG het black eye anery and possible het call albino female. This girl here is probably about 4.5 years old. I'm here to do a video today on the topic of, I guess you would say, gene stacking of morphs and boas and where the industry is going. Um, I got into boa keeping because I've always been into snakes, and I've had all kinds. I've had Burmese pythons. I've had boa constrictors in the past. I've had tangerine Honduran milk snakes. I've had California kings, Mexican black kings, um, hognose snakes. I've caught wild red and gray rat snakes. So I've always been into snakes, but for the last, I'll say 7 or 8 years, I've kind of got to where I'm concentrating on boa constrictors. And when I got into that, I didn't realize that there were so many morphs. When I first got into boa constrictors, all I knew was the common boa and the albino. I didn't know that there were so many other morphs when it came to boa constrictor imperators. Um, then when I stumbled across Morph Market, and it was like I was a kid in a candy store. I just wanted some of everything, and I ended up falling in love with the IMG, and I fell in love with the Moon Glow. Those were two morphs that I just had to have, so I was like saving my money up because I just had to have one. But in the process of that, I've learned about so many other different morphs, and there were morphs that I wanted that were way out of my budget. So I figured I would get into boa breeding to try to produce those morphs that I wanted, because I couldn't, some of those morphs I just couldn't afford. Like I want me a black devil, and my budget doesn't allow for me to have an extra $3,000 or so to go out and purchase a black devil. So I took it upon myself to study and research and to find out what gene morphs I needed to breed together to produce. To produce, the gene combos that I wanted. Now I'm not breeding for financial gain. Like I said, I'm breeding because I want to produce morph combos that I wanted that was not in my budget. So the topic of my discussion is, and it may rub some the wrong way, is if I am successful in producing these snakes, these boas that I want, they're going to be others in that litter. And I don't have the space, the room, nor the resource to try to take care of a whole bunch of boas. So, I'm going to be selling them. And I know they got, like, on Morph Market, there's a market value for how much a particular morph goes for. And I probably won't be selling on Morph Market because I'm not going to be selling my snakes that I'm not holding back for the prices that they're asking. And I know that's kind of like a thing that's showing down in the market because it supposedly drives the market down. But I'm not trying to hold on to a whole bunch of boas that, I don't have room for. And a lot of these big name boa breeders, everybody's trying to find the next new morph boa combo. And when those new morph combos come out, the prices are like sky high. And it's not the normal people like me, the normal average Joe like me that's into these animals. They can't afford snakes like that. So, I guess I'm going to be like the Walmart of the boa breeding business because I'm definitely going to be selling my babies at a discounted price because I'm just trying to get them out. And I know that's probably going to rub a lot of people in the industry the wrong way. But, I just don't see the reason of trying to sell these animals at an unreasonably high price rather than just trying to find them a good home to people who like these animals and who would love to have a pet boa constrictor that's considered a designer morph boa at a reasonable price. I mean, because there's no way I would be able to afford a $5,000 to $10,000 snake. Shit, I can't afford a $3,000 snake, but I would love to have one. Like I would love to get a red dragon, but I can't afford it. I mean, I've thought about getting me a blood boa constrictor imperator that's maybe het for albino and maybe a hypo het blood het albino and breed them and see if I could produce me a red dragon. But that would take, how many years would that take? Maybe 6 years to do that. I purchased a baby. Excuse me. If I purchased me two baby boa constrictors and kept them long enough to be able to breed them. So I mean, so that's probably not in my future, unless I, get the money. I just happen to purchase me one, but I'm probably not going to be breeding me a red dragon or sun dragon. But I do have the boas that I do have are my combos would be IMG, albino call. I have anathoristic type 1. I have a ghost, which is hypo, anery, and he's het for call albino. I have a VPIT positive female. I have a call albino female. I don't know if she has any hets in her or not. I have a motley jungle het black eye anery male, which I'm planning to breed with this girl here again, which is IMG and het for black eye anery and possible het for call albino. And I'm hoping that they can produce me some motley IMGs and some black devils. That was the reason for me purchasing that particular male to breed with her. I'm hoping to probably try that breeding project next year or later on this year. Right now I got a ghost male with an anathoristic type 1 hypo call albino female, which is a moon glow, and I'm hoping to produce some more moon glows and snows, and I don't know, maybe to get a sun glow out of that combo. I'm not sure, but yeah, that's my particular purpose of breeding, to breed and produce particular boa constrictors that I covet. And again, like I said, my prices aren't going to be anywhere like the ones that's on Morph Market when I do have a successful litter, because I'm trying to find homes for the babies that I have, to people who would really like what they call it, like I said, a designer morph boa at a reasonable price. But anyway, that's about it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Like I said, that's just how I feel about it. And like I said, I know, some people might be against it because they say it's going to bring down the market value. But to me, I believe finding homes for these creatures, for these particular boa constrictors, are much more important than monetary gain, at least for me. Like I said, I'm not trying to get rich off this. I'm doing it because I love the animals and I want particular ones. But thanks for tuning in. If you have any comments, please leave them in the comment section. If you like the video, hit the like button. Don't hesitate to subscribe to my channel. Till the next video, catch you later.